we need such interventions. Honorable colleagues, also, 2 days ago, I think specifically on Tuesday, I managed to get one Conman who had wanted to defy our oath. He started trying to be my girlfriend, sending me pictures of other people, and then it started around October. So I reported security. We started looking for the person, and then because he claimed to be a daughter to a minister friend of mine, but he said, I want to be talking to you, but don't tell my dad. So and I immediately called the father in court. The father, I'm like, you man, have you failed as a parent? Your daughter is here hunting around for men. And the man said, no, but I don't have a daughter called so-and-so. So I alerted security. We started hunting for the person. And then after, he used, because I haven't said the name of the minister because we haven't agreed that I say his name. After he used the picture of my daughter, because King Karisa, the CEO of NBS, is a very great friend of mine, so the children are like my children. So he picks a picture of a young girl in secondary school and starts using it to approach me. Now, there is conmanship, can come, you're trying to do, but when you pick someone's daughter, you depict that person's daughter as a threat, as someone selling herself around. You're destroying the image of the family, you're destroying the image of a young person. You know, it's bad. And then when we got him, I found he had done it to many of you honorable colleagues. Some of you are seated here, and some of you had sent him money. Okay? And yes, I see some of the faces around. You had foreign victims, but you are dying silently. Yeah. So you better report to me to know whether you're on the list of the victims. You know, there is someone who died, but she left behind a note that it had a list of the men she had slept with in a village, so and it should be read on the burial. So now men started approaching the family. Am I on the list? So, and they were charged. So I have a list, okay, of victims. So you better approach me. But say on a serious note, including ministers. Yes, 3 ministers, including leaders of political parties. Some of them, they didn't respond, but the harassment went on. I had to even call Lopu to come and witness, and the man confessed a lot, including musicians. But he told us, at least Lopu was there, he told us that our numbers were put on Google. So anyone who wants your number, they just click and they access. So that's how we are being harassed right and center. You know, you look for a number of a member of Congress, mobile number, you can't get it. So we are being harassed. People using, the man said he had 4 lines. He uses 4 lines. And you see, someone can say, we saw him on TV pleading that he wanted money for school fees. What? The money he was getting, we got videos from his phone, was all used to enjoy life. Him putting himself on TikTok, how he's laughing at poor people. Atarumia abayai. You know, I don't know how I can even translate that. So, and this is the person who comes and pleads, you see, I'm looking for school fees, I needed help, that's why I did ABCD. So I brought it out to you, honorable colleagues, don't die in silence. If you know you're being conned, if you know you're being harassed, please pass it on to us. We shall hunt for those people. I've given you an example. Someone tried it on me. I became patient. After how many months, I managed to get him. Okay, so colleagues, your numbers are out there. Honorable Minister for ICT, I don't know how we shall be helped really, because here you said all numbers should be registered so that you're able to trace, but people are using numbers, they steal people's money, you try to trace, they can't, the telecoms can't trace. So we need to know who owns these numbers being used in the communities, yet you cut off all numbers which are not registered. How come I report a case and you can't trace who the owner is, and the number is active, you took my money? Okay, so now this is not only about us, it's also about people outside there in the community who are being cheated. Many people are dying in silence. So I wanted to bring this to your attention, honorable colleagues, that in case any one of you needs help, please report to our CID department here at Parliament, and then we are going to see how best we can help you. Then for those who paid and died in silence, you better approach me, because I have, I won't read the list here, okay? I won't read the list. Honorable, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have a delegation of teachers from Ibanda municipality. They are represented by Honorable Binomugisha Jane Kabajungu and Honorable Rabirindo Tarasis Binshanga. They've come to observe proceedings of this house. Please join me in welcoming them. Can stand up for recognition. Thank you for coming. Thank you. We also have, they haven't given me a list. Oh, yes. We have a delegation of students and student leaders, because there is a speaker, okay, and a student leader of Kampala International University from Makindye East Division, Kampala, led by their guild president. They are represented in Parliament by Honorable Nyeko Derek and Honorable Shamim Marende. They've come to observe proceedings of this house. Please join me in welcoming them. Thank you. And I have in very good daughters of mine, so they are also up there. Yeah, and some of my people from Ruhinda North and Mitoma. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, honorable colleagues, matters of national importance will be handled as we do during PM's time, so that we can handle some issues in the agenda. On my communication, I will start with Seungu. I add the Honorable Choma. I add Honorable yes. Mitoma should speak for me. Sometimes, you know, my woman MP, but Dr. Koboko, and then and the victim here in Honorable Macho. Then I will say, Honorable, I'll give you colleagues a chance. But let's use just like
a few minutes, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the communication, and I also congratulate that Ugandan. But I pray that, Mr. Speaker, golf land in a number of districts, cities is being stolen. And golf is one of the major sources of income in Uganda. And Mr. Speaker, as a shadow minister, because of these competitions and the interest in the games, there is an area we should pay attention to. The Kabaka of Uganda, Sekabaka Mutesa II, offered the Ugandans a piece of land to practice scouting at Kaz, worth 123 acres. And Mr. Speaker, as we talk now, this land has been stolen. And at an opportune time, Mr. Speaker will come to your office to give you all the details, so that I bring a substantive petition to this parliament to save land where all Ugandan children were going to practice scouting. And the scouting and the girl guiding is one of the areas where we tune children into good discipline. But land is stolen in the connivance with the Ministry of Lands, in the connivance with the Education Ministry, and a number of stakeholders. But we cannot accept land which was leased by Uganda Kingdom to scout, Uganda Scout Association, but someone in Uganda Land Commission is giving out land, and the big shots, thieves in this country, the thieves of land, the perennial thieves are taking land away from our children who are practicing scouting and guiding in a land worth 123 acres. So as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, even Gulf land, you go to Mbale, number of districts, people are stealing most of this land to utilize it for construction. But Gulf needs land. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, honorable colleagues, the uniqueness of Gulf is that it greens the city. It's difficult to have any other green belt like the one over 150 acres we have down here at Chitanti. It's very, very difficult. So, Minister for Sports, this is one sport which we need to say of supporting. But on the issue of Scouts land, I think my senior brother, Honorable Bahat, can have some information for us. Is the Scouts land safe?
That even the lease for that land had expired, and the kingdom was willing to renew the lease in interest, in sort of Uganda scouting and guiding. But land is being taken, stolen at will. But we have time hosted the international jamboree, and the chief guest was General Museveni on that very day. So how? And I'm a scout myself, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable Anifa,
Honorable Anifa, I can take your information.
Switch on.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. As regards to that land of scouts in Kazi, at the moment, that land, the lease expired. So they are under renewal of the lease. That land was now taken back to Buganda Land Board at the moment. So actually, I'm also a lawyer of part of that land. So they are not taking it, but we are trying to ask them to formalize, yes.
And no, please.
No.
No, Honorable Seungu, I'm the one who called Honorable Anifa. For you, you just...
So we are in negotiations of giving them part of the land, and part of the land be taken back to the Kabaka of Buganda.
Thank you. Honorable Bahati, do you have any further information on that? You usually help me on such issues.
Mr. Speaker, I am...
Honorable colleagues, please, let's listen to Honorable
I'm
Bahati.
a scout myself, and I was the chair of the Uganda Scouts Board. We had